Now if you gonna love your woman, you ought to love her with a thrill. 'Cause if you don't, oh tricky dick so will. You got to love her with a feeling. You need to take your time and love your baby with a thrill. And if you can't love her with a feeling, I suggest you don't put your hands on it at all. Now I'm talking about stopping by the drugstore. Get yourself a 2-pound box of them bath oil beads and a 16-ounce bottle of that baby oil. And stop by the liquor store and get yourself one of them big magnums. Hasta spumante. And when your baby comes strolling through the door from a hard day of being all stressed out on the day job, I want you to say, honey, I got the food cooked and I got you a big old glass of wine waiting right here for you. And while she's sitting there indulging, I want you to run back to that bathroom and I want you to fill that tub about 3/4 full of hot water and lace it with them bath oil beads. Take that baby oil and kind of sit it off in the corner of the tub so it can get warm. You know what I mean. You go back in there and say, baby, how was your day? You know she want to tell you. And when she get to feeling pretty good, you slip out them old clothes she been all stressed out in. Say, baby, I got a surprise for you this evening. I ain't talking about biff bam, thank you, ma'am. And if she too big for you to carry, you just grab her by the hand and lead her back to that bathtub that's full of hot water and bath oil beads. Ease her down in the tub. Reach up and get the soft bristle brush, soap it down real good. And I want you to start scrubbing the bottom of her feet. Scrub between her toes, behind her ankles, her knees and her elbows and things. And lean her over and scrub right down the middle of her back. Get the towel for the tender spots. I'm talking about the lower torso, upper torso, around her ears, her eyes, nose and things. And I want you to take that little towel, dunk it in the water, and let the water gently caress her as it washes the soap suds from her back. Now I want you to reach up on the top shelf, get the big towel, and when she step out the tub, I want you to gently enfold her in it, and don't dry her off like you do the car. I want you to go pat, 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 pat. I want you to take that same towel, lay it out on the carpeted area, and say, baby, I want you to lay down right here with your belly down and your back up. Daddy gonna rub you down this evening. And that's when you pop the top on that baby. And I want you to let the oil run down her shoulder blades, right down the middle of her back, across her neck, across both hips. Don't let it stop till it hit the towel. If you gon' love her at all, I know you can't stand it, fellas. You slip out your clothes, kinda kneel down beside her, take both your thumbs, massage behind her neck, right down the middle of her back, on each one of her shoulder blades. She ought to be smiling right now. Right down the middle of her back. You take her hips and kind of shake them like this. You take her thighs and kind of shake them like that. You kind of get in behind her knees and you just take all that stress out your baby. You get on down around her ankles and you kind of just squeeze them, squeeze them, squeeze them. You take your fingers and you slide them between her toes till she say, ow! Put one leg in the east, put the other leg off in the west. Don't you get down in the middle. If you can't do your best to love her with a feeling, take your time and love your baby with a thrill. Cause if you can't love her with a feeling, I suggest you don't put your hands on it all. Cause Tricky Dick will come along. Put one leg in the west, put the other leg off in the east, and he'll get right there in the middle and have himself a feast when he love her with a feeling. He'll take his time and love your woman with a thrill. And if he can't love her with a feeling, no, he won't put his hands on her at all. Love her with a feeling. Take your time and love your baby with a thrill. If you can't love her with a feeling, I suggest you don't tease her. If you don't know how to please her, I suggest you don't get her halfway out there and don't know how you gonna come back and get her. Read a book. I suggest you don't put your hands on her at all.